just another stitch. For those that don't know me, my name is Connie, and today I am going to be doing a knitting tutorial on the make one right and make one left. This is a leaning increase that is done in knitting, where the make one right is an increase that leans towards the right, and the make one left is an increase that leans towards the left. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on my sample here. If you notice, these stockinette stitches, they're all leaning towards the right. And that's what a make one right looks like. And then on this side, if you notice, they all lean towards the left. This is a make one left. So now I'm going to show you how to do this stitch. Okay, we're going to start off doing the make one right, and I'm going to do a couple of knit stitches. And then we'll get into the make one right. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take that piece of yarn that's between the stitch on the left needle and the stitch on the right needle, and it's this piece of yarn right here. That's what we're going to be picking up. See, right here. Okay, so you want to take your right needle and going front to back, go into that piece of yarn like this. Now you want to take your left needle and go into that piece of yarn from back to front like this, and then take your right needle out. And now that piece of yarn we just put on the left needle, we will be knitting it. And one thing I do want to advise y'all, make sure your tension isn't too tight or you're going to have a hard time with the stitches. Okay, so that is a make one right. So I'm going to do another knit stitch. Okay, and I'm going to show you this a few more times, how to do the make one right. Again, this right here, that is the piece of yarn we're going to be picking up. It's between the stitch on your left needle and your right needle. Okay, so we take our right needle going front to back like that. Now we're going to take our left needle and go back to front like this, and take the right needle out. Now you want to knit that stitch. Okay, so we just made a make one right yet again. I'm going to do another knit stitch. Okay, we're getting into the make one again. And again, I want to point out the piece of yarn you're picking up. You see right here? That's the piece of yarn you want to pick up. Okay, so take your right needle from front to back and go through that piece of yarn like this. Now we're going to take the left needle going from back to front and go through that piece of yarn to put it on the left needle like this. Now we're going to knit into it. And we just did another make one right. I'm going to do another knit stitch. Okay, I'm going to show you one final time how to do the make one right. Okay, see right here, that is the yarn we're picking up right here. You take your right needle and you go from front to back to pick it up. Now we're going to take our left needle going back to front to pick it up, and take your right needle out. Now we're just going to knit that stitch. All right, so that is how you do the make one right. Now I'm going to show y'all how to make one left. And it's very similar, but it is a little different. So let's knit this stitch here. Okay. And again, we're going through that same piece of yarn right here, the one between the stitches. Okay. And you start off the same way. You take your right needle and you go in front to back like this. But this is where it gets a little different. With your left needle, you're going to pick it up going front to back like this. So on the make one left, you're going front to back to pick it up on the left needle. All right. And this is another part that's a little different. We're now going to knit the stitch through the back of the stitch. Okay, take your right needle and you're going to go through like that. You see how it is? Okay. And then you just finish the knit stitch like normal. Like that. And that is a make one left. And we're going to get some more practice, don't worry. So I'm going to knit this stitch here. Okay. And again, we're picking up this piece of yarn right here. That's in between the stitches. Take your right needle going front to back like that. Now you're going to take your left needle going front to back. Remove the right. And now we're going to knit through the back. You see, that's how you want it to look. Instead of going through the front of the stitch, you're going through the back to knit it. You just finished knitting it. Okay. I'm going to knit another stitch. Okay. And this is for the make one left. You pick up this piece of yarn right here. Go front to back with your right needle like that. Now you're going to take your left needle going front to back and pick it up. And we're knitting through the back loop. See, and that's how it looks in the back, like this. Okay. And just continue like you normally would a knit stitch. Okay. So I'm going to knit the next stitch. And again, we're going to do another make one left. And we're picking up that piece of yarn right here. Take your right needle, going front to back through that piece of yarn. Now we take our left needle, go front to back, and put the piece of yarn on the left needle. And we're going to knit from the back of the stitch. Let me make sure I have it going through. Okay, there it goes. You see how it looks? Okay. Yarn over like that, and you just finish doing the knit stitch. Alright, and we're going to do another knit stitch, and this is the last time I'm going to show it, how to do the make one left. Okay, so we're going to be picking up this piece of yarn right here, and right there. That's what we're aiming for. So you take your right needle, going front to back. Now we're going to put it on the left needle, going front to back. Oops. Like that. And now we're going to knit through the back. And you see, that's how you want it to look in the back. And this is how it looks in the front. And just finish that knit stitch. And we just did another make one left. Now, one thing I do want to point out, sometimes in patterns it will specify if you're doing a make one right or a make one left. But sometimes a pattern will just say M1, where they won't specify left or right. And when that happens, you can pick if you want to do left or right leaning, but make sure you're being consistent. And a lot of people prefer to do the make one left when it isn't specified. And the way that, if it's a make one right, the abbreviation is M1 or. And if it's a make one left, the abbreviation is M1 left. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's tutorial. And if y'all would happen to have any questions, please feel free to contact me and I'll do my best to help you. So that's how you make one right and make one left in knitting. I hope y'all all have a fabulous day. Be the light, and bye.